Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video, we're going through the last game of the round between Gold Coast and Essendon, and Gold Coast are 6-0 or 7-0 at home or whatever. Yeah, their only loss that was above the New South Wales Queensland border was the Q clash with Brisbane, which we don't know how they lost that game in general. That's one that we'll be confused about, I guess, because they had no one on the bench. Brisbane, but yeah, Gold Coast, when they're above the border, especially when they're actually in a designated home game, they're amazing. They win, and I don't know what voodoo they went and put on Essendon, but Essendon could not hit a shot to save themselves. 11-14 80 to 14-7 91. I'm led to believe that Merritt, Martin, Stringer, and someone else, I believe, had 0 goals 10 between them. So just shows that there was some voodoo put on them because they could not kick straight to save themselves. And yeah, Gold Coast 21 shots to Essendon 25, and Gold Coast run out 11-point winners. Let me just double check there. Merritt 0 goals 3, Langford 0 goals 2, Martin 0 goals 2, Stringer 0 goals 2. That is 0 goals 9 between those four guys. 0 goals 9 between those four guys. Thank you guys for coming. Anyway, before we jump into this last recap, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload, and let's get into this recap. Noah Anderson, 118. He was amazing and pretty much lifted, especially after a not so fantastic first quarter. 18 points, what's that? 4 touches, a mark, and a tackle. So he wasn't amazing. He was on track for 16, 4 and 4, which is not what he's known for. But he really lifted. I think he ended up with around 30 in the end. Let me just double check that. 33, 4 and 5. So yeah, he just lifted his output. 29 touches in the last 3 quarters. And yeah, what a game from him. Sammy Flanders, 113, after going off injured in the first quarter, as you see here, and spending some time re-strapping that ankle to come out and score a 48 in the second quarter. He was amazing. 33 touches for him, 4 marks, 2 tackles, so he was doing it without the marks as well. And I just want to double check how was his efficiency. 82% efficiency. 8 turnovers, a little bit worrying, but then again, it's Sam Flanders, so who cares about turnovers, because, you know, he did that against Sydney and he was still lauded for it. So yeah, he doesn't care about turnovers. Matty Rowell, a 106, he was amazing, especially in the second half. I don't know exactly what his splits were in terms of Supercoach, so let me just bring that up, as I was not really watching this game too intently. I was doing other stuff. He ended up with a 111 Supercoach on 11 tackles, 26 touches, so he was pretty good as well. Sexton 102, so he was as well really good, 30 touches for him. I don't know about his efficiency. Let me just double check that. 83% efficiency, but it looks like Sexton has probably 1 or 2 weeks to go, as Powell is coming back from that suspension whenever he is. I don't know whether his last game is round 15 or whether he comes back round 15. I don't know exactly what it is. Don't want to talk about the issue anymore. But Sexton should be relegated from that spot come then. Took Miller, 94. He was really good in the last quarter. He really did lift, and he kicked the sealer after the tackle that involved the 50-meter penalty. But you can just see, look at this sort of run here in the last, basically 2 minutes of the game. He contributed a goal, so that's 9, 14, 20, 23 points in the last about 3 minutes of the game, and in a 2-minute span itself. So yeah, he just absolutely lifted after a pretty poor first 3 quarters of only a 52. He got up to a 94, which is all right. Bodie Hewland, a guy that I'm surprised about because he's more of a lockdown player, but he seems to be playing that sort of third intercept defender type role, and it's really amazing to see his growth. As he was in and out of the side in year 1 in his rookie year last year, I believe, or was his rookie year a couple of years ago. But yeah, he is one that's really grown, and I love that he just flies for the ball, to be honest. He really looks like a really good player, and I'm not exactly sure how tall he is, but I'm not sure he's the tallest player, so let me just double check that. But yeah, he's been one that I've been really surprised about. 188 centimeters. He seems like your prototypical fourth tall defender, and really taking that medium defender, medium forward, and really dominating at the moment. Mac Andrews, well, he was instrumental in their comeback in that first half. 33-28. He was on 61 at half time, and yeah, he was just spinning past. He's like 200 centimeters, yet he was spinning past smaller people. He was setting fakes. He was almost to the point he pulled out a goose step at 1 step. It was just at 1 second. He just started the comeback, as simple as that. Moyle, he really got going in the last quarter. I'm surprised that people were saying basically that Nick Bryan did something wrong. Let me just check. Did Nick Bryan just fall asleep? Basically, it sounds like from that, looking at that. So, yeah, he started to dominate the game in the second half, did Moyle. Long, 71, Ainsworth, Jeffrey, Fiorini, King, Ballard, Closey, 49. He started off pretty well and then just fell asleep. So that was really annoying, as I thought he could have, if he generated another 20, 30k, I would have been more, if he'd gotten up to 500k, would have been more pleased. But again, yeah, just losing money now, kind of annoying. Collins, Graham as well came in, did well in the first half, but then, well, actually, no, he didn't. I thought he got more points in this sort of span here, where he had a couple of, I thought he was involved 3 or 4 times in that handball chain, I guess, but he wasn't. 22 in the third quarter, did well, but then in the last, so yeah, he's just not exactly getting involved, so probably wasn't the best hold. Probably could have traded him out and generated some other cash elsewhere. Lukosius, Walter, Holman, Berry, Humphrey, and Swallow came on for an 8. Merritt 115, huge, but then again, I believe it was only like a 10. I don't even know if it was 100 in Supercoach, was it? 97 in Supercoach, so yeah, he must have been pretty inefficient. I think the 3 behinds didn't help. He had a disposal efficiency of 70%, 5 turnovers, and only 10 contested possessions, so a lot of uncontested possessions for him, and it seems like he didn't have the most meters gained from what I can see here. 1 second. Meters gained 601, so it actually, I lie about that. That was, he actually did have a lot of meters gained. So just trying to figure out why he didn't necessarily score that well, Supercoach-wise. Maybe because he wasn't really involved when the game was on the line. So yeah, maybe that's the reason why. He didn't do much in the last quarter, and he just dropped Supercoach points because of that, and scaling, etc. Caldwell, 101, he was pretty good. 15, 28, 33, 25. I believe he also had a pretty good game, Supercoach-wise. Let's just see here. Nope, an 88, so he wasn't good as well. I don't know why he wasn't good. Let me just double check that. 61% disposal efficiency, only 9 contested possessions, 6 turnovers. That's probably the reason why. Martin as well, 97. He as well didn't have the best game, I'm led to believe. Yeah, an 80-pointer, so he must have been inefficient or something to get that 97. 2 behinds probably didn't help him, and a 67% disposal efficiency alongside 6 turnovers, and didn't do anything when the going was he was needed, basically. So that's probably the reason why he didn't score well. But yeah, he was on a 89 at 3/4 time. He looked good, and yeah, didn't do anything in the last quarter. So I don't think Martin is that should be that worried for those that have him. Hind, Ridley, including myself on both formats. Hind, Ridley, Heppel, Durham, Wright, McGrath, Bryan as well dominated the first half and then did nothing in the second. I still think it's a learning curve. It was his second game, yet Bomber fans are still absolutely trashing him. Perkins just re-signed, and 75 for him on the day. It's pretty much all that he can do with the role that he's in. Redmond, Menzies, Stringer, Kelly, Guelphy, Cox, Laverde, Jones, Gresham, Mackay, Langford, and then Sardis came on as the sub. Sardis is, honestly, he's going to be probably a chance next year to be good, good value for money, given that he's going to have like a 40 or whatever fantasy. So he's going to be like 360k, which is almost rookie level. That's how low he's going to be. Let's just check his profile to check his season average of 39.8. Let's just put that in the calculator for you guys to figure out what his actual price will be at. 39.8 times the magic number that we had at the start of the year, 359k. He's going to be 359k to start if this was his average. And if he gets another couple of 2 or 3 more sub games, he could easily drop that lower to like 33, and then you start to almost get to the rookie pricing. And honestly, he could be one where if he does start, he will be one that a third-year player or whatever next year, I believe, could be one that just breaks out, especially if he puts on some, if he has a good preseason, a long preseason. He could be one that puts on some weight and some muscle mass, and it will really help him. But I mean, one of the problems I think with his game is more the kicking accuracy. So hopefully he can fix that, because I think he is one, especially with his junior form, that is one that can definitely pick it up and score really well. So hopefully he does that. But yeah, not the greatest game, I mean, for scoring in this game for my guys. But then again, really happy with the result. Swans, basically everything went right for them in this bye week. Essendon lost, Port Adelaide lost. Who else? They learnt about the new holding the ball rule, or the new interpretation of it, and then Wilbur re-signed in the last sort of 45 minutes. So yeah, pretty much everything went was rosy for the Swans this bye week, and yeah, they head back into games this weekend against Geelong, and hopefully they can win that and then regain more of a foothold on the competition again with a 3-game lead at the top. But anyway, that's enough talk about the Swans and enough talk about this game in general. Let me move on to the fantasy team review in the next video. So I'll see you guys in that video. Bye guys.